The concept and the training of Art of Feminine Presence changed my life. When I connect deeply into my feminine, I naturally have that sense of that oneness.
When I am more in my feminine, I can approach things a little softer, with a little more grace, with a little more patience, service.
Now that I'm into spirit, I feel whole. I channel message source from God and spirit. The feminine and the masculine come together when I'm in spirit.
I see femininity as a receiver, a magnetism of energy, whereas masculine is a giver or an energetic kind of pulse. But then there's also a need for healing, a stillness and a softness and a call to come inward.
I have a lot of archetypal feminine energies, and I really do believe that they are helping us and guiding us to rise and to embrace our power, to embrace the fierce feminine.
There's a strength in the feminine as well, and there's that drive in the masculine, and I'm seeing more and more balance coming in, impacting my life in lots of beautiful ways.
Hello, beautiful souls. It is Sophia from Sacred You. Thank you so much for being here. But before we dive into today's Wisdom Circle, I have a small request from my heart. If our conversations ever resonate with you or support you on your journey, please subscribe to our channel or like this video. It helps us grow Sacred You, welcome more powerful voices into this space, and keep you connected to everything we share. Thank you so much for walking this path with us, and let us begin with today's conversation. Welcome to another incredible Wisdom Circle that I'm really excited about. I have to say, this is one of our best Wisdom Circles. I get so much out of these. Start with our beautiful Leeann. It's true. So here from Sacred You, we have the honor of today presenting the Art of Feminine Presence with our beautiful Leeann, who's facilitating this incredible experience and joining with women from all over the world who we will introduce very soon. So Leeann, I'm going to hand it over to you. I just want to say I really am grateful for you to bringing this to Sacred You and the world. And I'm going to let everyone know a little bit about yourself and the Art of Feminine Presence, and before we introduce all your wonderful speakers today.
Thank you, Sophia, and welcome. Beautiful ladies from all over the world. I'm a mum, I'm a grandma. I found Art of Feminine Presence probably about, I would say, the concept of Art of Feminine Presence and the training of Art of Feminine Presence about 8 years ago. And it was like, it changed my life, revolutionized my life that much that I embarked on the beautiful training with Rachel Jane Groover, and I absolutely love the change that it made in my life and my connections with my loved ones and my colleagues and just everyone in the world, how I get to operate in the world and send out that beautiful concept of the feminine presence, of the strength that feminine presence brings. And so I wanted to share with you today some of the beautiful little, I guess they're like little tips or ahas about the Art of Feminine Presence, and invite you to share your wonderful story about a feminine presence in your life. That is, you probably can tell that Art of Feminine Presence is such a passion for me, and I'm just so happy to be here. And if you would like to now, I'll just go around and invite you to introduce yourself. And after that, we're going to do a little practice of dropping in and really deepening our connection and our embodiment of the art of feminine presence. And then we will have some little conversations about your experience and what you would love to share and contribute. So I'll start with Mari, who's on my left on the screen. I'd love to welcome you, Mari, to today's circle.
Thank you. My name is Marie Smith. I am a mindset coach. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. And what else did you want me to share? Just that little bit, or?
Yeah, anything that you would be happy to share with us.
I came to the coaching space as a friend of mine was a coach, and I went on one of her retreats because I just wanted to get away for a weekend and not have to be in charge of anyone. I think sometimes women can relate to that, that feeling of not having to hold it all. And during a meditation was called to be a coach. And so that kind of started my journey in this coaching world. And the feminine space, that feminine presence really is something that I hold dear, whether it's with my sister or my friends and clients. I tend to attract women as clients also. So I'm very excited about this discussion today.
Thank you and welcome. Helen, would you like to go next on my right?
Thank you, Leeann. Like you, I have children. I have 3 adult children, and I found someone 10 years ago who made a great change to my life, and that was Jaya and the erotic blueprints. And I've been on a long journey with those blueprints, just diving deeper and deeper into what it means to be an energetic and a sensual woman. It's changed my life. It's given me way more access to my feminine than I've ever had before. As I've explored all those different facets, it's led me into Taoism. It's led me into pursuing Qigong and really understanding more deeply the 5-element theory and Taoist erotic practices and balancing yin and yang energies. So when I saw this opportunity to join this circle, I thought, I'm excited by this. I'm excited because my exploration of the feminine, I feel, has been very deep. And so like Marie, I've become a coach, and I bring lots of different elements into my coaching, and I call my business Pleasure Waves.
Thank you, Helen, and welcome to Circle today.
Thank you.
And Dr. Ida, I'd love to welcome you to Circle.
Yeah, Dr. Ida Greene from San Diego, California. And I come from a strong, long history of powerful women. As an African American, there's Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, my grandmother who says she was an African Watusi, and that got me into African culture, and that's been a strong suit of mine. And my Aunt Ida, who lived, I was named after her, was a nurse, and I became a nurse like her, and she lived to 101, and she was dancing at 100, and just a strong, independent woman. And so I love women, and I know I do couples counseling. I serve mostly women, and I'm a strong advocate for women, looking for the next woman president of the United States.
Thank you so much, and welcome to Circle. It's lovely to meet you. We haven't met before. And Sara, I'd love to welcome you to Circle.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. Hi, Leeann. My name is Sara ROCCISANO. I'm the founder of Embodiment Ventures, an encouragement platform that inspires personal, professional, and spiritual development and transformation. I'm also an author and a motivational speaker. And I come from the world of the masculine. I had a 20+ year career in New York City. I worked in high stress finance, investment banking, private equity, in government, in energy, international energy company, and more, and you name it. My whole life I was an athlete, and I went to engineering school. I got my MBA in finance. I made it in the city in New York, and then I hit the brick wall. I had a breakdown, and only did I discover what femininity was just 3 years ago. I had no idea what the definition of what feminine even meant. So I'm really excited to have this conversation.
Thank you so much, Sara, and welcome. Melissa, welcome to Circle today.
Thank you. I'm Melissa Range. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, and grateful to be here. I am a motivational, inspirational speaker as well. I'm a firewalk instructor and a glass walker and a single mom of 3 children. And like Sara, I was in corporate America for many years. And then after I had my second baby, I left corporate America because I wanted to stay home with my children. But it took me a long time after that to really understand what the feminine meant. And I really felt like I was in this totally masculine place for many years, and I had to unravel and try to understand what this feminine energy and the art of the feminine presence really meant. So I think I said this on the last time we were on, that I was way over here and then I swung way over here. And now I've had to learn how to balance and be in harmony. And so I know now how to utilize and alchemize what I need when I need it with any kind of energy. And yeah, so I'm grateful to be here with you all today too.
Thank you so much and welcome to Circle, Melissa. So we'll take a lovely breath into our belly. And we're just going to come into the present moment, into having received all of that beautiful wisdom that you all have spoken about, all of the beautiful experiences as women navigating life and connecting with each other in this moment in time. And just take a moment to feel into your shoulders. Just move your shoulders. We're going to just do a little practice of, in the art of feminine presence, that's called coming home into room space, into light glow, so that we are in the embodiment and the containment of feminine, and dropping out of the busyness of our life, the busyness of our day. And I invite you just to notice any subtle little changes in the way that you may feel or think, just the expression of yourself as a beautiful woman. So we're going to feel the body, feel into your body sitting on your chair, the base of your body, your buttocks sitting on your chair, and the back of your body, where the back of your body touches your chair. And just feel that support. And where are your feet? Are they touching the floor? Are you feeling your breath? Is the breath moving into the upper part of your body, or now moving a little further down into your belly? Just an invitation to experience and notice. And now with the awareness of your shoulders again, just moving them. Can they drop a little more? Is there more softness that comes through the upper back, around your heart? And I invite you to bring your breath now way down into your belly. Let it land in your womb space, in your belly, and allow the top of your body, your head, shoulders, arms, all to drop. And in the space of your belly bowl, your womb space, just feel as though your legs are then connected into the belly bowl. And they are like big tree trunks underneath supporting you. And there are roots that go down from the soles of your feet, way down into Mother Earth. And they wrap around the center. and bring back the beautiful Mother Earth energy to nourish and support. Mother Earth has the seasons. We have our cycles and seasons in our life. Allow that wisdom, strength, and courage to fill your legs. And maybe there's a light that comes with that. And that light and that sense of beautiful connection there lands back in your womb space, in your belly. And with each breath, is there a little flame in your belly? And I'm going to invite you that from the navel, just a little bit down from the navel, and wave a little, probably about halfway back towards the back of your body. Just imagine that this space is like a golden slippery slide, and it drops you way back and further down into your womb space, into this light. It might be a warmth, it might be just a little flicker. Whatever it is perfect for you right now. And with each breath, this little light or warmth or connection just starts to fill your body, moves up into your solar plexus, into your heart area, moves into your throat, so that the words that you speak come from a deep wisdom, moves into your third eye. So you have this wonderful connection between the womb space, the heart, your third eye. And then around you, if you could imagine taking your arms out to shoulder height, that you have a beautiful cocoon around you. And this is what we call the light glow. And this is encasing your beautiful light in front of you, behind you, above you, below, and to the sides. Connecting deeply in womb space ignites this beautiful light in your light glow. Just for a moment, breathe into this presence of womb space, heart, third eye, and light glow, and rest back and be supported by this beautiful energy, this beautiful feminine energy. Allow yourself to relax and be supported by all of the wisdom, all of the strength. You might notice by gently taking your attention again to the flame in the belly bowl, the womb space. Has it changed? Has it become a little brighter? Is there more warmth? What do you notice? And then on your next out breath, I invite you to just to hold your light globe. I invite you to hold that connection to your beautiful womb space. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, take a breath, make a little movement, and come back into circle with the other beautiful women. And you might like to look around you. Just, do you notice the colors more vibrant? Do you notice that you're drawn to different things, like in a different way, different beauty, different softness? And maybe something you notice. Maybe it's your body. You notice in your body. You feel different. You feel something And Dr. Ida, I invite you to come back very gently, back to circle with us. Okay. Welcome. We're just coming back now into just the question that I might ask you, I have for you to just share with is when we're in the masculine and when we're in the feminine, how would you know and how do you know? And then what is it that I guess that pull, that choice to come back into feminine, what is that draws you back into that connection? And in that practice we connected very deeply there to the feminine connection. And of course, you all know that we utilize the masculine for different purposes. But my question is, when we choose to come back to the feminine, I would really love to know why you do that and what is your experience of that you notice the most? And would you like to go first?
Sure. I think what came to mind when you were saying that was that when I am more in my feminine, I can approach things a little softer, with a little more grace, with a little more patience, service. Not that men don't serve or the masculine doesn't also serve a purpose, like you said, but I feel like it's a softer, I feel like I'm resting softer inside, if that makes sense, when I come back to it. And so I think sometimes I am very productivity driven, and I can get carried away in that. And I love it, marking things off a to-do list. And so I can find myself really getting into that, knocking things out and the driving and the striving. And then I can feel myself burning out through that. And I know I need to pull back a little bit because I can still do all those things, but with a different approach, with more of the feminine, the softer approach, giving myself a little more grace, doing it a little bit slower, but still achieving all those things that I want to achieve.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I respond to that?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I was married 2 times. I was totally into that feminine place. And after I divorced my second husband, the first one died, and the second one, I divorced him. I had to find a place of balance because I was a single woman and no longer a married woman, and I didn't have a title. And now that I'm into spirit, I feel whole. I channel mess from source, from God, from spirit. So I'm channeling all the time. So I'm more into wholeness. So the feminine and the masculine come together when I'm in spirit. When I'm not in that spirit place, I'm either man or female. But when I channel from source energy, I feel a wholeness. And that's what I like. That's what people see in me. And that's what draws people to me. And that's the identity I have right now in my life.
Thank you. Thank you. Sara, would you like to share? Yes.
Thank you for that meditation. I found myself in the jungles of Belize, and when I opened my eyes, and there it is again, I could see the crest of the hill out the window, and the sunset is happening right now. The edges of the trees are all illuminated in gold. It's just beautiful. It's just very vibrant. You called the colors vibrant. I'm like, there it is right there. But I also saw destruction. I drove by my old elementary school today, and I see they're just chopping down all these trees where I used to go to school. And they're doing it in such a way that it's like they're broken and sheared, and it just felt like it's done in a very disrespectful way. And those used to be my woods in my childhood, growing up, going to school. So there was sadness there. There was a welcoming of Pachamama in the jungle, but then there was also a recognition of a destruction of Pachamama that's happening in the world. I think about what is masculine and what is femininity and how do you feel? And I agree with Marie, there's a softness. And I see femininity as a receiver, a magnetism of energy, whereas masculine is a giver or an energetic kind of pulse. And so when I feel like I go in that masculine energy, cut the trees down, we need to try new things and repurpose the land and build. But then there's also a need for healing and a stillness and a softness and a call to come inward for gratitude and appreciation from within and connection to that beautiful golden sunset that's happening right now and kissing the trees. I think that's what it is. When you go within and you're in that soft moment where the masculine's protecting, not the toxic masculine, but the divine masculine, you have an intuition now that kicks in like the sun. It's an awareness and it's an appreciation and it's a love for Mother Earth. So I think about it that way through that meditation and now the integration of it right now.
Thank you, Sara. Melissa, would you like to share?
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, the meditation was terrific. And I think what happens for me when I know I'm in too much masculine energy, and for me, the overwhelm of life, it's the go, go, do, it's too much structure, it's too much logic. And what happens when I get in that space is I'll realize, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I feel depleted. I am not in the flow of life. I'm not in the mystery. I'm not in surrender. I'm not in allowing. I'm not in receiving. And I really then, because I feel like I've practiced this for a long time, I can notice it, become aware. That doesn't mean it changes right away. But I can notice it, become aware, and say, okay, I need to maybe go do a meditation. I need to go take a walk in nature without any devices, without any people, and I need to just be still, because that will bring me back into my feminine really quick. But sometimes, yeah, I can get caught up in the masculine energy so easily, and I do think it's that linear, it's that pushing, going, doing. What came in earlier was, I am not a human doing, I am a human being. And so I think that's how I navigate, but it takes practice, and it like really I really have to realize, okay, and sometimes it even comes in a physical health thing where I know that I'm doing too much because I start to not feel well, or my body starts to take on feeling poorly or feeling out of alignment because I'm just in too much masculine energy, and I'm pushing and I'm forcing things in my life versus allowing and being in the flow.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And Helen, would you like to share?
Yeah, thank you, Leeann. Again, another beautiful meditation or a practice that you took us through. And I think each of us have spoken about the importance of the balance. And I'm finding now in my late 60s that the feminine is becoming increasingly important and more readily accessible. So I've been practicing relaxations daily, and that relaxation is dropping me deeper and deeper into my feminine presence. It's allowing parts of my body to heal that have been stuck for decades. Yeah. So I'm feeling more and more the power of the feminine. Yes. And I hear people getting a little bit confused between male and female and feminine and masculine. We all have feminine and masculine aspects. It doesn't matter our gender. And I think we can all recognize the gentleness, but also the fierceness. We forget that the feminine can be fierce as well. Try taking the cubs away from a lioness and you'll find what the fierce feminine is. So there's a strength in the feminine as well. And there's that drive in the masculine. And I think each of us has spoken to us. So to both of those, we can feel that gentleness, the of the feminine and then the drivenness of the masculine. So yeah, I'm enjoying being in this phase of my life where I'm seeing more and more balance coming in. And with that is coming the wisdom of being an elder, I think. As I do my coaching, I just sit in this very gentle space. There's nothing draining about coaching. There's nothing draining about being with another and hearing what's happening for them in their lives. So I'm seeing it, yeah, impacting my life in lots of beautiful ways.
Thank you, Helen. I wanted to just go to what Dr. Ida said about the oneness, being in the oneness. I know that when I connect like deeply into my feminine, I naturally have that sense of that oneness. It's almost like I can see feminine here and masculine here, and here I am as the observer of both of those in a sense of oneness. I'm just wondering if anyone else has that, like that feeling, that concept. And I'm not sure if that's entirely exactly what you meant, Dr. Ida, about when you spoke about that. But there is this wonderful feeling of connection, of oneness, of a very deeper, intuitive truth and knowing. Would someone else like to speak about that connection of that deepening of that, particularly like dropping in quite deeply, like we did earlier? Because we can do it from different levels of being in the embodiment of feminine, the embodiment of ourselves. And yeah, I just noticed for myself that it takes me over to this beautiful, strong, stable oneness connection. So I invite you to any comments that you might have around that as well. Yes, Sara.
I think of the yin and yang sort of shape, that symbol. And so I think the ancients, the mystics, did know the importance of the balance, the oneness, that the two come together. I think in this three-dimensional world, it's a paradox. We have to have the two sides in order for us to learn and grow. So I think once we are able to figure out a way to look at things neutrally and see the benefits of both for spiritual growth, it's an age-old testament of what the wisdom keepers and the wise sages knew all along. So I think we're coming back now to our divine masculine, feminine, and bringing it together so we can connect with source, as Ida has described. That's ultimately the name of the game, right? Is to rediscover who we are and how to connect with the divine.
Thank you, Sara. Helen.
So Sara brought up the yin and yang symbol, and the yin and yang symbol is enclosed in a circle. So it is that bringing to oneness. And I remember when Western culture started to become aware of the yin and yang symbol, and they're starting to say, oh, the feminine's on one side of the body and the masculine's on the other side of the body. It is such a gross misinterpretation of what that symbol is. That symbol can flow and turn. And if you look carefully, in each side, on the black side, there's a little dot of white, and on the white side, there's a little dot of black. And there's this spiral that connects the two sides. It's such a powerful symbol, and it just shows us what bringing life into balance is all about. So yes, that oneness is there. It's encapsulated in that symbol of balancing the masculine and the feminine. And they're like two fish. The original symbol was created out of two fish swimming and chasing each other's tails. So it's a nice history to understand about those beautiful symbols that we can access now in our culture, our cultures.
When I feel like I can drop in, like you were talking about, and that oneness and being really connected to what I call God, someone might call source, universe, whatever, the spirit, the word, whatever your word is for that divine. I feel a confidence and a sureness of my purpose. And something that I believe and I teach is that my purpose has nothing to do with what I do. My purpose is not what I do. My purpose is who I'm being always. And because that doesn't make any sense that your purpose is what you do, because that means that if you don't have that job anymore, that you don't have a purpose, and that doesn't make any sense. We all know that. But I think sometimes we can get lost going one way or the extreme one way or the other. Melissa said, you said you felt like you were all the way over here. I think you were the one that said, and then all the way over here, and you found that middle ground. And I think when I can connect to that, it's I'm not just me. I am fully me. I am the best version of myself. I am in really showing up fully in my purpose and beingness. And there's such a calm there. There's such a safety, a confidence, a safety, a resting in that spot.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Could I add to that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
When I'm in that space, it allows me to, I'm into allowance, I'm into surrender. I can just bask in God's arm like a baby, be taken care of. I don't have to worry about anything because God has all these big arms and support me. So I can just release and let go and just, I just feel like I'm resting in the arms of God. So it just gives me a good place to escape because man can't do that. Mankind can't do that, but it gives me that place of surrender where I can go and be supported and there's no judgment, just pure love. And yeah, so I get in that place when I go walking by the water with trees where I connect with God. That's where I need to be in that space when I feel I need to be taken care of. I just go by the water and the trees and whatever reminds me of God and spirit source. That's where I surrender and just let myself be free and go.
Thank you for sharing.
I'll go. When you were speaking, Leeann, what popped in for me was transformational breathwork was something that I did several times. And I think at those moments when I was in that powerful place, and it was so powerful for me because I really allowed myself to sink in, to really let go. And I just remember some of my experiences doing that were so profound because I went to dimensions that I never even knew were possible. I couldn't even fathom the feeling that I received. And actually, a couple times I didn't want to come back. I said, if this is what this is really, I think I might want to stay here. And looking back on how I began the dropping in, it was actually a very masculine. It was taught to me by a man, and it felt very masculine looking back. But what it was teaching me was stillness. So it really wasn't that, but that's how I felt about it in the beginning. And over time, it evolved to where I could drop in very quickly. But if anybody's listening, sometimes we can't drop in right away because of fear or because our distractions are so great or our mind is going 100 miles an hour. So it's almost like looking forward to what the dropping in gives us, and everybody has just shared that. What does it give you? What happens for you when you're able to bring yourself into that space to drop in to that place of surrender, of letting go, of oneness, of peace, of calm, of surrender. And that was how my spiritual journey evolved into some of those amazing, profound experiences where I actually didn't even want to come back to where I dropped in because I thought, wow, this is bliss. So that's my share.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I just wondered, do you have any questions that you would like to ask me? We have a little bit of time left. I would like to share with you the little meditation, the moving meditation that comes in the in the practice of art of feminine presence. I would love to share that with you if you're all open to doing that. But before that, I just felt the kind of the pull to ask, do you have any questions that you would like to ask? Or it doesn't have to be to me, it can just be a question and the answer will come. Yeah. It probably won't come from me. It might come through me or through someone else. So that's how the beautiful trust of feminine works. So you have a question, Sara. Thank you.
We know that there's an energetic shift happening right now in the collective and the old world, and we're embracing into this new world, the 5D. And it's driven by a feminine, the age of Aquarius, and the bringing of the new. So I'm curious what everyone on this esteemed panel thinks about the shift in energy and how it pertains to the feminine and the ways you're understanding what's happening in the world now.
Would anyone else like to go first? Would you want me to go first? Yeah, I'll go first. It's a big world, isn't it, at the moment? And I think for myself that I've come to understand that no matter what is happening, no matter what happens or is going to happen, for me, I've learned to find this place of calm in amongst all of the noise, all of the bombardment that we're given. Because I truly don't know. It's really hard now to know what's true out there. The only truth that I can know is my heart. And I've navigated finding this place right now, not to be too involved with the right or left of it, but to stay steady and strong in my love and my love for life and all of those things that I love, my family, all of my values or virtues. How can I bring those for myself, and how can I share that with others that may be needing that love or the kindness? I think that's how I'm doing it. I don't know how else to do it right now.
I think that's a really good point because there's nothing like what's happening in the world right now to remind you of how small your circle of control is, because we can only control very little, right? We would love to be able to control so much. At least I would. But we do have that sphere of influence, like our circle of influence. And I think what you're describing, Leeann, is what's so important, because what you can influence are those people that are closest to you. You can give that love to the person whose path you cross, who needs it. And if we can all decide to take that as our mission and not just give up and say, it's just going to hell in a handbasket, there's nothing I can do, right? If we can all decide, yes, that is my responsibility, is to do exactly what I can and not give up, those ripples are going to move out. And I think that's where people start to understand each other and start to love and realize. And then I think that's where the peace starts to come. But it can be frustrating. And sometimes we want to give up because it seems hard.
Can I share a word of wisdom right now?
Yes, thank you.
Spirit is speaking through me right now. And the message I'm hearing is that God want light bearers. And this is time for women to step up to the world. There's a breaking up of the old God, and the patriarchal system is falling apart. And Trump came to show us that there's a softer, more beautiful way. And this is the time for women to stand up and in our glory and our softness and break that shadow, that chaotic, schizophrenic, masculine, patriotic, destructive energy, and let our love and our compassion and our gentleness and our tenderness to come forth. And this is the time to not be afraid, but to boldly go with kindness and love and gentleness that can overpower that iron fist. It's the time for us to stand in our power and just put on our big girl britches and do what we came to do. It's time now for women to become the leaders of the world, because we see what's happening with Trump and Putin and the whole world killing each other. We don't want that alternative. There's a softer way, and it's time for the women to do it. We can do it in our
Preach,
own way.
Dr. Ida.
We can do it in our own. Everyone has their own tool.
That's right. Yeah, I would agree. I'm going to jump in. I think that's amazing, because what's been going on for me, and this is funny, and I'm sure I can just share here, is that this week I've really been, in the beginning of the week, I was thinking, oh my gosh, how do we destroy the patriarchy? How do we destroy the patriarchy? This is what's been going through my mind. I'm journaling about it. And then I thought, it's not about me destroying the patriarchy. It's about building the matriarchy. It's about building a balance, building the love, building the compassion, what you just shared, Ida. And it's the patriarchy is destroying itself. We're watching it. It is just doing its own damage to itself. And so for me, it's watching over, and this was great. I was on something in the past few days listening to how can I support other women? What can I do? Oh, I'm on this platform for women speakers. And it was all about how can I help other women, support, raise them up, watch their stuff or read their books, because this woman asked us, how many of us quote other women? How many of us quote other women authors? How many of us talk about what other women are saying? And it really got me thinking, I need to always be aware of what other women are doing as well, because we're so, what's the word I'm looking for, enmeshed in all of the men stuff all the time and everything, and it's what are the women doing? But for me as well, and I was going to ask you ladies this too, there's a lot of feminine archetypes, because I'm a priestess and I've been doing priestess work for 4, 5, 6 years now, 7 years. And so I have a lot of archetypal feminine energies or divine feminines that I follow, that I talk to, that I listen, what their guidance is. And I really do believe that they are helping us and guiding us to rise and to embrace our power, to embrace the fierce feminine, as Helen said. And every day, I am someone who is aware of those archetypes guiding and helping me. And that is extremely important for me, because I want to go out, just like you said, Leeann, and I want to be a force of love and a force of and like Marie said, I can't control the world. I can only control certain things and how I respond or how I give out my energy to the world. And that's all I can do. And so that's how I continue to show up in the craziness of what is transpiring in our world.
This week I watched the ordination of the new Archbishop of the Anglican Church, the 106th Archbishop, I believe, and the first woman. And it is really significant. You can watch it on YouTube. This woman she's like a little munchkin. She is so gorgeous. And yet you can see she is really taking this responsibility on in a beautiful way. The most touching moment for me in the service was when these African women came through dancing their way down the aisles of the church, and the new Archbishop, Sara, had tears in her eyes. she was so deeply touched by these African women singing gospel, but in their own language. This inner week, she's meeting with the Pope. Now, the current Pope is a disruptor. Trump doesn't like this. Pope is being sent warnings by Trump to pull his head in, and he's not. So there's this alliance I see coming here, and it was supporting people, looking at people. Who are these people that we should be supporting? And as Melissa was speaking about that, I'm thinking, yeah, I should be supporting this new woman who is the head of the church that I belong to, the Anglican Communion, and look at the new world that she's bringing in.
I think it's great that she's, maybe you should, although we're not religion, I think we should make a big deal about that. A woman, whenever a woman doing something great, we need to make a big deal about it. I didn't know that. So I think we should put that on YouTube or whoever. If she's in your religion, you should make a big thing about it.
We should be making a big deal. And for America, she's the head of the Episcopalian Church, because you don't call it the Church of England there, you call it the Episcopalian. But I think that all the stuff going on in America has distracted people from the significance of this moment. Yeah, but it's real. I'm excited. I think it's
all these women, whatever these women doing, then I get a 10, give it a 10.
I hope that answered your question, Sara.
Yeah, I love the energy. I think we all became really real in our answers. And it's true, there is an energetic shift, and we're here to heal. And Mother Earth is helping lead the way. She's the conscious body that is wanting this. And here we are ascending with her. So I'm very excited. And as that happens, the 3D structures break down and reinvent. And here we are to hold the light, as Ida channeled. That is right. We are the light workers and the way showers. And we hold the light, and we hope for others to follow and ripple that effect onward.
So I invite you now just to drop really deeply back in home. Just come home with all of that beautiful conversation, connection, and wisdom and sharing. And take a moment to be really present with yourself. And all of our conversation has added a frequency and energetics out into the world. Our desires about women, the feminine, and also about when you speak, you're witnessed by each of us here. And that's really important for the feminine, to be witnessed, to be received, and just be filled with all of that beautiful energy and that connection, and being in the embodiment of your feminine in this moment. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes again and just allow all those beautiful ripples of our love and wisdom to travel all out over the world. I was going to share with you the little moving meditation. We are at time now. Are you able to stay for another 5 minutes, or do you need to go?
I can stay.
You have 5 minutes.
I need to
5
go.
minutes? Yeah, you need to go, Melissa. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here and sharing. It's been lovely to have you again.
Nice.
We will do it again. So if you're on again, we will just do the little intro with it today. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye. So I'm just going to very gently just give you a little introduction into the moving meditation with our pelvis. So if you can sit a little bit closer to the edge of the front of your chair, and it's so that we have the base of the body, like the perineum, connecting, and the bottom part of your spine on the chair. And we're just going to move ever so gently rock backwards and forwards with our pelvis. So it's not like a big rock with the pelvis, but it's just a very gentle movement backwards and forwards. And we're just going to feel where the body moves on the chair. And we start to build up the energy in the womb space, in the belly bowl, by doing this little movement and focusing on that spot just below the navel, back a little bit, and that beautiful slippery slide, golden slippery slide going back and down. And we just gently, so the movement is, so I'm going to go back, and now I'm back, and now I'm moving forward, and now I'm forward. So it's really slow. I'm moving back, just the pelvis, and now I'm moving forward. It's a gentle, it's not like you take the shoulders, it's just the pelvic tilt. And if you want, you can close your eyes, you can place one hand on your heart, both hands on your heart, and just be in the rock. It's just the pelvis. So you're just building the energy there in the lower part of your body, like they would do in martial arts, building that energy, building the life force energy, building your vitality. Check where your shoulders are. Do you need to soften and drop your shoulders a little? You need to take a lovely breath and just surrender into the movement. So it's gently and slow, and it's just helping to build that connection of feminine in your energy in the belly bowl. And then you can just have a couple more movements. And then when you're ready, you can just allow that beautiful movement to just settle in your belly, settle in your light globe, because you're also building that energy and light globe energy. That was a little introduction into the moving meditation of the pelvis and the belly bowl. And Sophia's back now. Thank you, Sophia.
And thank you, Leeann, if I can say that. What a wonderful ending to an incredible wisdom circle. Again, I've been honoured to be able to sit here and listen and participate without being on camera. So I love the meditation into the belly bowl and moving meditation. Very gentle. You can feel the energy, even though we're all on technology all over the world. So thank you. I want to honour you. And also thank the beautiful Marie, Helen, Sara, Dr. Ida, and Melissa, who joined us today, for joining us, and invite everyone to come back next month, same time next month, where Leeann will be back for the next installment of The Art of Feminine Presence. And for anyone who is listening, whether it's live or the replay, do tune in, click on the links below to reach out to these amazing women, and come and join sacredyou.love. Check us out in the village. Come and join us for free. If you put /join free, join us for free. We offer so much in the village. So hope to see you next time, same day, next month, and we will see you there. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.